Nowadays, you're seeing more and more students switch from a laptop to a tablet for all their productivity and entertainment. Although laptops are more portable than ever, it's pretty clear students appreciate an even more portable setup. That's where the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 steps in. This is one of my favorite Android tablets on the market, but if you're a student, it has some serious competition from Apple. So is the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 the best tablet for students? Well, let's find out. This year, the Galaxy Tab S8 cost $50 more than its previous predecessor, which is not bad considering some of the new features added. The Tab S8 is definitely not a cheap tablet, but it honestly offers a ton of awesome features that any student will appreciate who's in the market for a quality, productivity-based tablet. I know some of you are debating whether you should get this or the iPad Air or Pro, and some of you are just looking for a quality Android tablet for productivity and entertainment. Well, this video is for you all. When you look at the hardware of this device, it's obvious that this thing is beautiful and there's definitely some iPad inspiration here. Anyway, on the back you've got a matte aluminum finish with a glass magnet strip to connect the S Pen. On the right side is where you'll find the power button that doubles up as a fingerprint scanner, the volume rockers which are tactile, and a micro SD card slot which can be expanded up to 1 terabyte. You won't see this here on any Apple product. On the left side are connectors for other accessories, and on the bottom is a USB-C charging port that can charge up to 45 watts. Flipping this device around, on the front you've got an 11-inch 1600 by 2560 display. While the bezels on this display are slightly big for 2020, the display is still gorgeous, and I love streaming content, playing games, and scrolling through books because of its 120Hz refresh rate. And the bigger bezels make it easier to hold on the hand without interfering with the view too much. In addition to being good for leisure, the display gets bright enough to read outside. So I can see this being used at any time of day for just about anything you can imagine. I highly recommend a case or a stand for this device because the edges are sharp, and after long uses it's pretty uncomfortable to hold in the hand. I'll link some of my favorite below. The 8000 mAh battery on here is also going to make sure that this tablet goes all day. It's definitely not the best battery life I've experienced on a tablet, but it's certainly enough for long productivity sessions. I typically get a full day of use on productive days, but when I add gaming or streaming to the mix, I do have to keep a portable charger with me. If you look around the sides, you'll see 4 stereo speakers that get pretty loud and have clear audio quality, but you won't see a headphone jack here. What a bummer. Anyway, this is probably one of the loudest speakers I've experienced on a tablet, so whether you're on a Zoom meeting or listening to a lecture, you won't have any trouble hearing. The base model of this device comes with 128 gigs, and you have to pay a little bit extra for 256 gigs. But keep in mind there is a micro SD card slot which is expandable up to 1 terabyte in case you don't want to have to pay that extra price tag. The Galaxy Tab S8 has 2 cameras on the back, a 13 megapixel wide angle lens, and a 6 megapixel ultra wide lens. Photos and videos are solid for a tablet. I was surprised to see this ships with 4K at 60 FPS. The front camera has a 12 megapixel 120 degree ultra wide lens, which is great for Zoom calls and conferences. It's sad that most laptops double or triple the price tag of this machine don't even come with the camera system that's even close to this device. Whether you are using this to scan documents or photography, this is actually surprisingly solid. In terms of performance and the operating system, this ships with a Snapdragon 8th Gen octa-core processor, 8 gigs of RAM, and Adreno 730 GPU running on Samsung's version of Android 12. That's probably the most important reason to buy this tablet. It's definitely one of the most powerful Android tablets in the market. Like I mentioned before, entertainment is terrific on this device, but I have to say this might be the best tablet for multitasking I've ever seen, and that's partly due to the aspect ratio. You can actually run 3 different applications at the same time, which is very impressive, and there's no lag at all. Samsung launched all their new tablets with a feature called Samsung DeX that allows you to boot your tablet into a PC-like mode where you can bounce between different windows of apps and move between screens easily. In the past, my biggest reason for recommending students to pick up something like a Chromebook or just a typical laptop is because things like hooking your laptop up to an external monitor or multitasking through different windows was easier on Chromebooks and other machines. But clearly that's not the case anymore. Samsung also partnered up with Microsoft to allow you to run Excel, Word, and other Microsoft apps in multiple desktop windows. So typing on this tablet is decent if you're going to be using the touchscreen. I don't recommend it. If you want to get the most work done, I highly suggest hooking up a Bluetooth keyboard or buying a Samsung case that allows you to have a trackpad and a keyboard. What I did was just hook up a wireless keyboard and mouse and found a stand, and boom, I had a full-on PC almost like setup. This feature is really the best part about the tablet, and honestly, one of the biggest selling points in my opinion.
In addition to DeX is Samsung's inclusion of the S Pen in the box. Most students nowadays are taking notes digitally.
There are times where I honestly prefer this over an Apple Pencil. I personally like how soft it feels on the screen and the paper sound it makes when you're taking notes. It's really cool that you can actually hover the S Pen over certain things like the calendar to get some more details without having to tap on the screen. I'd say the Apple Pencil is slightly more accurate, but the S Pen is definitely more innovative. The only thing I don't like is how it snaps to the tablet in one orientation. So essentially, the tip has to be facing the camera for it to charge and for full magnetic power. Overall, given how expensive adding an Apple Pen is to the iPad, I definitely think this is such a great deal that it's included in the box. And that takes me to the question that you guys have been asking. Is this really worth that $700 retail price tag? I can confidently say the Galaxy Tab S8 is one or if not the best Android tablet in the market right now. Obviously that $700 price tag is competing with the iPad Air and iPad Pro. If you absolutely know you want a tablet in this price range, I think you only go with the iPad if you want to use iMessage and other Apple exclusive software features. And you go with the Tab S8 if you absolutely need a stylus and you just want an awesome, almost PC-like type of experience with Samsung DeX. This device goes on sale pretty often and there's a bunch of promotions on the Samsung website. So I'll drop the most recent links down in the description. I was able to purchase it for $50 off on Amazon. So the total was exactly $700, so it felt like I didn't even pay for taxes. And that's it for this video. If you have any specific questions about this tablet, please leave it down in the comment section. I'll be there to respond to all of you as soon as this video is over. Once again, thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing all of you in the next one. Bye.